going on, everyone? Welcome back for another video. Today we're in the coal mining towns of Pennsylvania, directly at the Eckley Miners Village. This is going to be a pretty cool video. You know, I grew up here pretty much. My parents' house is literally 15 minutes away. Never been here. One of those things should have done, never did. We're here touring with my mom today, who grew up right pretty much in this town. She's gonna have a lot of stories for you we're going to add in this video, and some crazy stuff. So without further ado, let's go tour the Eckley Miners Village, give you the whole backstory, and have some fun. Let's go. Brief history. Eckley Miners Village, founded in 1854 as Fillmore, it was renamed for noted mining engineer Eckley Coxe. It was built to house anthracite coal miners and their families, many European immigrants. Have a story for you coming up about that too. Coal patch towns like Eckley were common in northeast PA in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Colliery operations declined by the 1950s, but the site was restored for the 1970 film The Molly Maguires. What do you know? Subsequently, it was converted to a state historic site operated by PHMC. So, like I said, it only took us about 15 minutes to get here from my parents' house in northeast PA, but they do have a museum. It's been converted into a museum. They said it was open today, but it doesn't. We're the only ones here, but this is a big parking lot today. My mom's, said it wasn't this big back in the day. There she is. Say hi, Ma. So there's the visitor center. You could pay to do, I guess they have a couple different options. What we're doing today is the free version. We can walk this. This is free, this little town that they built. You can do a guided tour, which they're not doing now until the spring. I guess that costs a little bit more. Or you can, just tour the houses and stuff when it's open. It doesn't look like it's open today, but either way, I'm very excited to check this out. Little old coal mining village. So myself, growing up in northeast PA, lived here pretty much my whole life till I turned 21, moved down to Philly. And now, for those of you who follow my channel, know I live in this great state of Texas currently, the past year and a half. But I grew up in northeast PA. A lot of people who know northeast PA know it as coal mining towns, coal mining city. Funny enough, my family has connections on both sides to both. So my mom's dad, my pop, who I unfortunately never met, he passed away before I was born. He worked in the mines here as a kid. Not exactly Eckley Miners Village, but worked here as a kid. And funny enough, my great-grandfather, who sadly just passed away, we're actually going to his funeral tomorrow as of the making of this video, but his dad came over from Hungary. And he came over here to pretty much work in the mines. And it said too, and I'll go through a little bit of the history for you, but it said too that a lot of the Europeans, Germans, Polish folks, they all came over here from Europe to work in the mines here in northeast PA. And that's pretty much where my family history started on my dad's side. So, little family history here. This is the first house we see. Obviously nobody lives in this one. This is a part of the tour, but we'll have a story coming up in a little bit from my mother about using the outhouses out here back in the day. And straight ahead you can see an outhouse right there that they use. So I guess if you come here and tour, this is the first house you would see. Right next to it is this very old church, Immaculate Conception, built in 1861. Pretty cool. We just saw this Jeep driving down, and believe it or not, there is still just a small number of people who actually live in the miners village still to this day. Straight ahead down this road is, where real people still live to the day. It's crazy because coming in here, there was we were the only car the last 10 minutes of the drive on the roads.
came here, I don't know if you want to see over here, but we came in, I don't remember this road coming in to go to the museum. This was the only road right here. You came in all the way up that way, and it was a dead end right here at the museum, and then you had to turn around to get out. But they must have, I mean, that was when I was a teenager, so that's a long time ago, I would say. But
how many years? That's probably like 40 years.
yeah, well, let's not push it. Yeah. But yeah, I don't remember any of this. I just remember this as a dead end, but I do remember coming in this way. We used to walk. I mean, from Freeland, we would take walks and just come all the way out. Yeah, that was exciting.
Looks like those are old sheds of some sort.
Yeah.
They don't even look like they're, especially that one straight ahead, they don't even look like they're put together.
It looks like another
outhouse of some sort. Yeah.
They were really small.
Yeah.
So in the middle somewhere where I stayed. But
yeah, we'll have to get to that story next too. But so these are the houses that are part of the tour. These are all original.
yeah.
And they're just made, obviously they spruced them up a little bit, but when you're on the tour, this is what the houses used to look like. And it's funny because, I mean, this house, it's a small house, but this is actually a 2-family house, I guess, pretty much. The house is split in the middle. But keep in mind, this was back in the day. This was 1800s, early 1900s. Pretty much the same looking house on that side. Still a dirt road. A lot of open land. And too, like I was reading on the sign earlier, you know, this whole area, Northeast PA, this was huge for coal mining. So the coal mining companies wanted their workers to live close by. So this is pretty much the houses they would build for them. The families would come here and live, and then they'd, you know, have a short walk or short horse drive to work, I guess. Horse ride. This looks like old remains of, I don't know what the number 6 stands for. I guess that's a part of the tour if you're doing it. But this looks like old remains of a house that used to be here. And this house right here, this is one of the houses that somebody still to this day lives in. They have decorated Christmas. The only house pretty much that has an actual mailbox. But yeah, remains of an old house. Now my mom's dad, who I said earlier I've never met because he passed away before I was born. Crazy kind of little story about him. Like I said, he worked in the mines as a kid. And obviously mining work is very dangerous. So I can't imagine doing that as a kid. He was a milkman too. He was a World War I. I don't even know. World War I or World War II veteran. He was a prisoner of war, believe it or not. And then sadly enough, he died Christmas Day from cancer. But like I said, never met him. Would love to talk to him though and just hear the stories about his life. Very interesting. Another house that was once here. Man, you could see just in the back here, they still have like the outhouses and that. And more houses straight ahead. And mom is just walking, reliving her teenage years. She has another cool story. Have to go catch up with her and she'll tell it.
I'm not sure what house it was. I'm still trying to figure that out, but I remember when I was young, my brother-in-law, his grandmother used to live in one of these houses, and his sister and me slept here one night. it was kind of cool because she had an old stove and all the old like vintage stuff, but going out in the outhouse I didn't appreciate. But they did have they kept a bucket in the house if you had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. So yeah,
I'd probably be doing that in the winter.
Go out in the winter, but
Jeez.
yeah, it was just so cool. I'm just trying to figure out which house it is. It was so long ago, and they all look the same, but
they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back of this house is pretty much just caving in. Surprised they don't fix that.
Well, I guess they don't want to, but
Yeah, maybe they don't want to. I don't know. Some of these houses they keep up better than others. This one, you can tell nobody's worked on it in how long. Mom's going to check it out. Let's go check it out, actually. Looks like this would have been the basement, but
the old stairs. Look at how small
can you see?
the stairs
Oh, yeah.
were. Just little stairs going out. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you guys could see a little bit. Very old steps going up. Man. Now let's go check out this building that's, man, falling apart. Wow, there's an old sink right here. Holy shit. This is, talk about abandoned places. Yeah, there's even like broken glass. I'm sure people maybe come out here and destroy whatnot, but that old sink right there is pretty darn cool. Yeah. There's definitely a skunk around. I was just telling my mom, because we have my grandfather's funeral tomorrow, and I said we're not gonna go because be smelling like skunk. Nobody's gonna want us
5
there.
gallons of tomato juice.
Yeah. It's a nice little memorial they have here in memory to the men and women who served our country. Eckley Social and Sports Club. This house has seen better days for sure. It's weird how some of these houses they like keep really good care of, and then others like this just I mean, look at the side. It's just destroyed pretty much. Well, let's just put tape around it, leave it as is. But as you can see, some of these other houses, especially the red ones, they're a lot better taken care of.
Still see where the kitchen was in here.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, the rooms were very small, but it's interesting.
Oh, you know what? I could stick this up in here. See if you guys get a look. Hopefully there's not like a dead body in there or something. That would be pretty weird, huh?
For some reason, I'm thinking it's this rat.
Have an old garden of some sorts. Looks like there's carrots there. Pretty much dead right now, though. Yeah, these two red houses are definitely better taken care of. Looks like that might be the kitchen straight ahead in the back there. So, they didn't like to, one thing I learned from visiting George Washington's home, Mount Vernon, they didn't like to cook in the house back in the day in case anything ever caught fire. That's why they had like a second building like that for a kitchen. Could have been. Of course, the outhouse, This building's a little bit more taken care of. Man, Mom is on a roll. She's trying to find / remember the house that she slept in. This is cool. Christmas setup. Yeah. Look at that, right in the background. I do know, like I said, reading that plaque earlier when we just got here, they filmed some movie, Molly Maguire's, something like that. I've never seen it, but now I'm gonna have to. They filmed it here. And straight ahead, this is an old mining building. We're gonna have to get a better look at that. Probably the one.
Probably the one I'm thinking. It's just so hard to remember. But I know it wasn't a double and the stairs were on the side. I'm trying to remember inside.
So this literally could have been the house back in the day, Mom's early teenage years, that she would have stayed in. Oh, you could somewhat see.
Yeah.
16 years old. Oh yeah, there's that old
15,
the
probably
fire.
even younger might have been. But yeah,
something, huh?
it's just so weird now.
Did it look pretty much like this?
It looked pretty much like this. I remember just one. I just remember the side steps, and it wasn't a double.
Well, there's side steps and not a double.
I'm gonna say it's kind of, yeah. As I said, I can't really remember. It was so long. But I see people coming this way, so
Yeah.
probably
Well, there's still. So it looks like there's 4 people total who live on this street. One's right here, the 96 mailbox where that Dodge truck is. And there's 2 more houses down there. And this is the old church, which actually, this looks like the nicest building here.
Oh, they redid that.
Yeah. Straight ahead, Mom said this is the only road back in the day you can come in and get out. So if you were stuck here, and this, I guess if this road was blocked, you were stuck here. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Old house. I bet you this church looks really nice inside.
Oh, that's a beautiful church.
Well, danger, do not enter. Wow. So let's check this out. The first American inhabitants migrated into this area as the last glaciers receded. Europeans arrived and initially settled near Wilkes-Barre, PA. These later settlers were mainly farmers from Connecticut who cleared the heavily forested lands, Susquehanna River. Here we go. Europeans began mining anthracite coal in the late 18th century, and by 1870, the region had over 200 collieries that produced over 14 million tons of coal. Miners loading coal on the shaker conveyor. Oh, this is what the town used to look like. Pretty much the houses have not changed. Some are missing because these look like they're right next to each other.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure a lot were down because how old they were.
yeah, look at that. Something, huh? Yeah, gonna have to go watch that Molly Maguire movie now.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
See, now today too, like in the photo we were showing, the houses were all right next to each other. I guess whatever houses didn't make it, because a lot of these are in pretty bad shape, but then some of them like this one aren't bad. They just tore down because there used to definitely be a house or even maybe 2 there. And now it's like they did every other one almost, rather than all next to each other. And this house right here, this one's not gonna make it much longer.
Is there something in there?
All these houses have these side things. I don't know.
Is that where their electrical stuff
Maybe.
was? I think so.
Yeah, maybe, because every house has them.
That's odd.
Yeah. The old company store, Eckley PA. Wow, with the old train tracks right across next to it. Must be a ghost. Ah. It's not the wind, Mother. Huh? Apparently someone hasn't left. So, Mother.
Yes.
Tell us the stories of your teenage youth when you said you'd come out here, get a barrel of beer or something, right? And go in the woods.
Only in the Strippins we would, but out here we would come up to the museum and we'd have a 6-pack and sit out in the parking lot and just chill out and drink. until the one night kind of freaked us out. There was like in the woods by the museum.
Oh, hold on. We'll tell that story once we get closer.
Okay.
So we're standing in the parking lot right now. This is where Mom used to hang out and drink beers, you know, in her youth. But she has a story from the woods straight across.
Yeah, it was just so strange. I mean, we would come here, I couldn't tell you how many times. We get a 6-pack, go in the parking lot and chill. And the parking lot was small compared to now. But right over across
Street.
over there was, we were sitting there and the windows were down because it was summer and you can hear singing. And we look over and there was a fire and there was like a cult. And they were all around with hoods, red jackets and hoods on.
Devil worship Satan dudes.
It scared the shit out of us. Well, we took off pretty quick because we didn't want them to know we were sitting there. But that was freaky.
And you used to talk about the animals too? A lot of dead animals?
Oh, yeah. We used to have, even in, well, this is Eckley, but Upper Lehigh, there was quite a few cults and you'd find dead animals. A lot of them. I guess that's what they sacrificed, but
Weird shit.
yeah, it's all over.
All right, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. It was pretty cool to see. I've never been here before, but cool to hear my mom's stories from her teenage years and explore the Eckley's Miner Village. So if you like to give it a thumbs up, and we'll see y'all next time on the Travel Channel. Take care.